Space is supposed to be silent, a perfect vacuum, no air, no sound. And yet, something was recorded. Not an image, not a photograph, but a sound, low, unnatural, disturbing. When scientists converted raw space data into audio, the room went quiet. Not because there was nothing to hear, but because what they heard didn't feel random. It had rhythm, pattern, almost intention. And once you hear it, you don't forget it. These sounds are real. They were captured by instruments, analyzed by scientists, and translated into something our ears can understand. And they challenge one of the most basic ideas we have about the universe. Because space isn't silent, it never was. Sound, as we understand it, needs a medium, air, water, matter, and outer space has none of that. So technically, sound cannot travel there. But space is filled with energy, violent, constant energy. Magnetic fields twist, charged particles collide, stars explode, black holes tear matter apart. All of this creates vibrations, not sound waves, but electromagnetic signals. When scientists take these signals and shift them into audible frequencies, the universe reveals its voice, and that voice is unsettling. Early space missions began detecting strange radio emissions almost immediately. As satellites and probes moved beyond Earth's atmosphere, instruments picked up whistles, crackles, and pulses coming from planets and deep space. When these signals were converted into sound for analysis, even experienced researchers felt unease. Organizations like NASA weren't expecting fear, they were expecting data. But what came through the speakers sounded alive in a way no one anticipated. Jupiter, for example, produces some of the most intense radio emissions in the solar system. Its massive magnetic field traps charged particles and releases them in violent bursts. When translated into sound, Jupiter doesn't whisper, it screams, sharp, chaotic shrieks that sound more like distress than physics. Saturn is different. Its rings interact with magnetic waves, creating rhythmic hollow tones, slow, repeating, almost like breathing in the dark. Uranus and Neptune emit long, cold whistles. Isolated, distant, lonely. These sounds aren't conscious, but the human brain is built to search for meaning in sound. Deep tones suggest large threats. Irregular patterns suggest danger. And when the universe produces noises that don't fit our expectations, fear fills the gap. But the most terrifying sounds don't come from planets. They come from far beyond. In distant galaxy clusters, astronomers detected massive pressure waves moving through superheated gas. These waves were real vibrations, stretching across millions of light years. When scientists converted this data into sound, what emerged was a deep, continuous tone, so low it bordered on silence. A sound that, if played at full scale, would be louder than anything ever recorded on Earth. And the most disturbing part wasn't its volume. It was the fact that it never stopped. That sound had been echoing through the universe for millions of years, long before humans existed, long before Earth formed oceans, still ongoing. A reminder that the universe is not calm, it is restless, constantly moving, constantly tearing itself apart and rebuilding. Then there are the signals that refuse to behave. Sudden bursts of radio energy, extremely powerful, lasting only milliseconds, appearing once and never again. When converted to sound, they crack like explosions, like something snapping under immense pressure. Some of these signals can be traced back to neutron stars or magnetars. Others repeat in patterns scientists can study, but a few have no confirmed source at all. They arrive from empty regions of space, no visible object, no clear explanation, just sound, then silence. These are the signals that disturb scientists the most, not because they suggest something supernatural, but because they expose how little we truly understand. Each unexplained sound is a reminder that our models are incomplete. Now imagine a different scenario. What if humans could actually hear space directly, without conversion, without filters? The consequences would be catastrophic. Many cosmic vibrations carry immense energy. If they moved through air like sound waves on Earth, the pressure alone could rupture eardrums instantly. Internal organs would vibrate, buildings could collapse, entire cities might be destroyed by frequencies we were never meant to encounter. Even at safe levels, low-frequency sounds have powerful psychological effects. Anxiety, disorientation, panic. The human body reacts instinctively to deep tones. They signal something massive, something approaching. Hearing the universe itself would be overwhelming, not just physically but mentally. Earth is loud, thunder shakes the sky, volcanoes roar, oceans crash endlessly. But these sounds are familiar. We evolved with them. They have beginnings and endings. Space sounds don't. Some have been ongoing for millions of years. No pause, no climax, no resolution. Just constant motion on a scale beyond comprehension. That scale is what terrifies us. Not the sound itself, but what it represents. The universe does not revolve around us. It does not notice us. And yet, we are listening. Standing on a small planet, translating cosmic violence into something our fragile senses can perceive. Scientists continue to listen, not out of fear, but necessity. Sound, translated from data, reveals things light cannot. Magnetic fields, particle acceleration. Energy flows invisible to the eye. By listening to space, we learn how stars die, how galaxies form, how reality behaves at its extremes, even when the sounds are disturbing, especially when they are, because each signal is a clue, each vibration is a story written in energy instead of words. Space was never silent. We were, and now that we've learned how to listen, we're confronted with a universe that hums, screams, pulses, and groans on unimaginable scales. A universe that was never designed for human comfort. These sounds were never meant for our ears, but they exist, and they leave us with one unsettling thought. If this is what the universe sounds like when it isn't trying to communicate, what would it sound like if something out there was?